Starting off with, of course, Wayanad, where search and rescue operations have now entered day 7. The death toll, we are being told officially, has mounted to 355. Meanwhile, 240 individuals still remain missing, and as many as 158 are currently undergoing treatment. Over 1,500 personnel, including NDRF, SDRF and the Army, are still racing against time in Wayanad to ensure the connectivity and the restoration in this absolutely disastrous calamity that has been plaguing that region for the past 1 week. My colleague Anand Singh is there on the ground, as he has been for the past few days, getting us details on the relief and rehabilitation efforts that are currently underway. It is still a difficult situation. The weather is not totally cleared. There has been some successes, but the loss of life has only mounted. Anand, what are the priorities as we head into this Sunday, and what has happened overnight that you can update us on?
Yeah, Rishabh, look, today is the 6th day of rescue and relief operations over here in Wayanad, and it's a very challenging task for the rescue and relief workers to look among the debris that is around 10 to 20 feet deep over here. So till now they have recovered the bodies of over 355 people over here, but looking at the amount of debris and mud and making way into that is very risky challenge for the rescue workers over here. Even Indian Army personnel and the NDRF teams are admitting that the challenge which they are facing is, despite the heavy Poklin machines and JCPs that have been brought in over here in the area of Mundekai and Panjari Muttam villages, which are the first 2 villages which was hit by the landslide. As these 2 villages are located on the hilltop, so removing debris over there is a big challenge, and they are also facing another challenge, that if they are clearing from one side of the debris, then they need to put the debris on the another side. So it's making their job double for looking for the survivors over there, because when the mud and slash, heavy mud and slash were carried by the landslide over there in Panjari Muttam, where more than 20 or 40 houses were washed and more than 80 people were washed away from that specific village where the landslide hit first around 2 a.m. in the night, and then it followed to Mundakai, which is a small hamlet, very popular tourist destination. And there we saw that more than 100 houses were swept and more than 200 people went missing, of which more than 100 have been confirmed dead. So looking at the challenge over there, it's very tough for the rescue operation workers over there to remove debris and to take it away from there and carry it somewhere else, so that the fresh operations can be taken over there in the areas. If we talk about there are few of the tribal villages over there just above Punjari Muttam village over here, and the main ground top of the Panjari Muttam where the landslide took place. So that in that forest area, several of the tribals are living, and the tribals are not ready to come back to the near town. So the rescue operation will be carried by the forest and
let's slow it down. Let's slow it down to one thing at a time, Anand. How is the weather situation overnight and this morning? It still looks like it's raining. What are the weather predictions and what have you experienced overnight in terms of rainfall?
Yeah, in the night the rains came down over here around 3 to 4 times, and the weather is one of the biggest factor. Yesterday when we reached Panjari Muttam and the crown top, we were just 300 meters away when once again the rains started over there. So there are some dangers that the army personnel are sensing over here, and they are saying that in this kind of condition the rescue operations can be carried out by 7 a.m. in the morning till 2 or 2:30 p.m. in the noon.
Okay, all right. What are the areas that are still cut off, that still require access, that do not have vehicular access?
Yeah, just above the Panjari Muttam village, the entire forest area where the tribals are living, that is still cut off with the connectivity over here, because there are no roads, and the forest department officials, they need to go on their foot to look for the survivors over there. Yesterday we also saw that how the forest department officials along with several other rescue volunteers, they brought out children from there in the forest, and they were airlifted to Churulmala. So taking the note from all the challenges that these rescue personnel are facing, because these are the very dense forest over there on the roof, on the crown top of the hills.
Okay. We've been discussing for several days, Anand, the need to increase the amount of heavy machinery available. In the past 48 hours, the visuals that you're seeing, of course, on your screens is that Bailey Bridge that the army personnel managed to construct in record time. But in terms of heavy machinery, because a lot of what we are seeing in terms of visuals is that a lot of the work is still going on by hand. What is happening in the movement of heavy machinery to where you are?
Rishabh, look, there are a lot of heavy equipment machines that the government has pushed over here to look in the debris. And beside that, it is not possible for the machines to look everywhere. So the rescue volunteers and especially the NDRF and army personnel, they are using iron rods to look for any dead bodies that are available in the, that are buried in the debris over there. So manually also the work is being carried so that they can look specifically to several of the locations at a given time. As more than 1,500 army personnel and NDRF rescue workers have been pushed over here, they have been put on ground to look for the survivors, and more than 3,000 volunteers are also working in tandem with these army personnel and NDRF personnel so that they can help them to speed up the process of looking for the dead bodies that are said to be buried below the debris over here.
Okay. What is, before I let you go, Anand, what is the effort, enterprise and assistance that is still required from the rest of India, from the rest of us?
Yeah, Rishabh, look, if we talk about the volunteers coming up over here and donating for the rehabilitation for the survivors of this landslide that happened in Mundakai, Churamala and Panjari Muttam areas of Wayanad. So the main challenge that the government is facing of relocating them, because these areas are now completely been destroyed, and even the landslides can take place over there. So looking at the challenge, because most of these were people who were washed away or who lost their lives, they are especially from the tea estate garden, and the challenge that the government is facing to arrange for their living, because they have been indulged in the process of tea estate garden works. So it will be a challenging task for government. So where to take them, where to rehabilitate them, and what are the things that they can do in their near future. And there are many other children who have lost all of their parents. One of the Saifuddin, the Kerala police officer to whom we spoke yesterday, he also mentioned about 2 to 3 children who were rescued by the team and they lost all of their family members. And he mentioned that how people are coming forward to adopt those children, and they are making requests. There was a newly born baby who lost their all parents, and she was the lone survivor from their family.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.